Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Meg and I'm a lover of all things beauty and makeup, especially eyeshadow palettes. If you haven't noticed with my content, I have a weakness for them and pretty much, well, all my videos tend to be around them, about them, some way or another, and this is no different. So we are going to dig into, I'm so excited, I got the Don't Be Jelly palette from Unearthly Cosmetics, which if you don't know, Unearthly Cosmetics is like my all-time favorite brand. They just like absolutely stole my heart from the beginning, and then just with every release have just absolutely solidified that obsession and love, and I just have wanted this palette for so long and just so happy to finally have it in my hands. So if you're excited to watch me get into this for the first time, have some fun playing with it, then stick around. Alright, so I know I've been saying numerous times, particularly in my eyeshadow collection declutter video, that I just want to be really mindful and selective with my purchases this year. I never committed to, and I'm not committing to a no buy. I can't do that. I cannot go a whole year without buying anything. I can almost guarantee you with the kinds of things that brands are releasing, particularly eyeshadow palettes, I am going to probably have to give in a few times, and I have a couple of times, but I want them to be things that I know I'm bringing to my collection that I am going to love and adore. It's not about being like, oh, like, yeah, like, I guess, because it's on sale, even though I did grab this palette we're talking about today, which I've already mentioned in the intro, because it was on sale. I would have bought this full price. I think it is worth the full price. I am just broke AF and can't afford to spend a ton of money on makeup. So, well, I'm not broke, but I'm just trying to be mindful with it. We have big things happening this year, and I just really need to focus on those and not just buy every little thing that comes out that interests me. So I need to be a little bit more selective. Also, just I don't want to like overgrow my collection again and just have everything I have get lost in the mix of it all. Like I really want to play with makeup that I already have and enjoy it still, even if I'm enjoying new things coming in. But if you don't know, like if you don't follow Unearthly Cosmetics at all, they recently had, and I don't know like what kind of, you know, spurred them to do this or whatever, but they recently had an amazing, I don't know why I keep holding that up, an amazing sale where it was like 50% off everything on their site, and like that includes like the Heather Austin Resurgence collection, which normally has been like exempt from like sales and all of that, and I tried so hard to resist. I kept putting things in my cart and like almost checking out and then being like, no, you don't need it, and then going back and doing it again, and finally I was just like, you know what, like you've wanted this palette for so long, like ever since it came out, and I say so long, it's not like it's been out for years, but I just was like, you might not ever get a chance like this again to get it at this price, and so I went for it. It being 50% off helped kind of justify more the cost into shipping and all of that, and yeah, so what's done is done. I own this beauty now. I really wanted to get the Heather Austin Resurgence palette as well. I was so close to getting it too, but it was just going to make it more expensive, and also then therefore being more expensive, more likely that I would get dinged with like customs or something. So I was just like, you gotta resist. Just if you want to treat yourself, pick one. And I just really wanted this more. So we went with this beauty. So if you also, I keep saying if you don't know, with Unearthly Cosmetics, they originally had another Don't Be Jelly palette. And here it is. I was really lucky to score this one on a pretty good discount quite a while ago as well. And this is like an all like duochrome, multi-chrome shimmer palette. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love it for like just being able to use as like an accent with something else. I even not long ago did a look where I did use like one matte sort of in like the outer corner, crease a little bit just to like add a little something. But on the most part, the look was one of these shimmers and a wing liner. And it was just absolutely stunning. I just loved being able to put that in the spotlight. And so it was a lot of fun. But since doing this one, they decided, it was last year, it was definitely, I believe, last year, they remastered the concept and came out with this gorgeous palette. So we have an actual like sort of like full-fledged palette now. And like this is sort of like their like kind of style and design that they seem to do now with their palettes, which I really like. At first I kind of like was really kind of stuck to like the prior way that they had them, but I do really like kind of how cohesive their palettes are looking now, like how like they're all like the same aside from like, you know, it's got different packaging and the color story and all of that. So I really have grown to like really appreciate this new layout and design. And so they have this gorgeous palette now. Half this video is gonna be an intro, just oohing and ahhing over this palette. It came also, like, I think they do this for most, if not like pretty much like all of their palettes now, where they come in this really gorgeous outer box that has the like outer box that you would normally, like the sleeve that you'd have the palette in inside here. Like obviously the palette was in here too. And it's just all packaged really nice and safely, but it also, like, having all this, like, it's just such a lovely extra step. Like, you know, it just, there's just so much more thought and just the overall experience, I feel like, that's thought about with this. And I just, not only do I love the makeup, like the formula, the quality, the color selection, the packaging, but I just love the thought that goes, like, that Amanda, the owner, puts into her brand. It's just, it really goes to, it shows. So, yeah, I just couldn't wait to play with this any longer. If I seem kind of like a little bit more random and all over the place than normal, because we all know I'm always a little bit, I'm like really tired these days. I don't know if it's still just like post-holiday recovery, and then like through the holidays and that, I didn't really play with makeup because I had family out, and like I did like some day makeup for myself, but I didn't play with makeup in like this capacity. So I feel like I'm still trying to get back into the swing of things, and I'm really having to kind of just like motivate myself to like get in there and do it, and not just be like, I'm just gonna curl up on the bed and like play The Sims or read a book or watch YouTube. So anyways, I'm getting there, but bear with me while I find my groove again. But yeah, I thought we'd create something fun with this. So I already put some eye primer on. I feel like I just kind of have to like look at the color story for a second and figure out what we're going to do. I don't think we're going to do anything like overly complicated. Like I do want to do some more like intricate looks with this, but I think just again, like being the whole like I'm tired thing, I think we're going to keep it simple. And like that doesn't mean I'm going to be like, oh, put like one color in the outer corner and a shimmer across the lid, which is beautiful and amazing, but that's not what I mean by my simple. I just mean like I'm not going to be doing any like intricate designs or like really epic graphic liner with this. It will be my version of simple, which is just basically being in my comfort zone. So yeah, I'll be right back and we'll get going on that. We're back. So I think I figured out kind of what colors I want to use. As of seeing this part now, you'll have seen like swatches and stuff. I haven't actually done the swatches that were prior to this yet. But I did swatch a couple of the shades just to confirm kind of what shimmers I wanted to play with. So I think matte wise, we're gonna probably stick with like purples and blues and greens. Like I don't think I'm gonna dip into the coral today. So we might use all of the mattes aside from that, but who knows, maybe I'll introduce it somewhere. And then I think I want to go probably with these two shimmers here. So Luminescence and Hydrospace as my shimmers, but who knows? We might incorporate another shimmer into this too. We're just kind of going with it. So I'm going to start off with taking this deepest shade in the palette, which is Sea Urchin, which is just like a very like dark purple, and we're going to take that on this Morphe like shader brush. It doesn't have a number, like a name. We're going to dip in, tap off the excess. Numerous people have kindly commented how they like this mirror. I believe in each of the videos this was the mirror I was using, so it's the one people are talking about. I got this off Shein. It's by Romwe, if that's how you say it. They have lots of really cute hand mirrors on there. I thought this was going to be bigger than what it is, but I think it functions great even just at this size. And it's probably better if it's not bigger because it's less chance that I'm going to put it in front of my face all the time. So, but yeah, if you were someone who noted the mirror and liked it, that's where I got it. And I got it recently too, so it should still be on there. If I can find it, I will try to link it in the description box down below. All right, so let's go in with this first shade. And we're just gonna stamp it along the edge there. I think we're more or less going for like kind of a cut crease vibe. All right, so I'm gonna put that on the outer edge to get our initial depth, and then we're gonna go in with the Blue Lagoon. And we're gonna stamp that. I'm taking that on a different one, but it's the same kind of brush, the Morphe Packer like shader brush, and we're just going to stamp that right beside this. Gorgeous shade. I do have to say, like, Amanda like just creates the most amazing color stories. Like, they really just jive so perfectly together. She really thinks it through and thinks how colors are going to work together. We'll eventually go back and like fix like the connection between those two, but that's where we are for now. And then we're taking another Morphe brush. This is a Morphe JS10, and we're going to go into Seafoam. Gorgeous minty seafoamy shade, if you will. And we're going to place that. Helps if you put the shadow side on your eyeball. I'm going to place that in there. And start kind of blending it out and up a bit. Something like that. I'm going to go back and I'm going to just like re-intensify and blend these better, and then we'll work on adding our next shade. Okay, so next we are going to go in with Sea Star, this gorgeous purple, and we're going to take that on a Morphe 506, just like a little blending brush. Try to tuck the wig out of the way. And start trying to blend out that deeper, the Sea Urchin shade. So this is what I meant by it's like, it's not going to be like a simple look, but I just meant more so it probably wasn't going to have like a lot of structure or anything to it. We're just having fun with color placement and just mixing it all over the place till we're happy. And I'm just lightly dipping in and blending out, doing like kind of circular motions. bringing it up a bit. When I went and re-intensified everything, I did like use the same brush I used to pack on the shade to just sort of like fluff up, blend out the color a little bit. So now I'm just going to blend that purple into that blue a little bit, so that way they are just blending and melding nicely together. I might go back in with the blue and also that deep purple just to re-intensify them. Now that we have this down, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Move the deep purple sea urchin first. And something like that. And then back into Lagoon. Like that. I'm going to mash it on the other eye, and then I'm going to, I think, off camera cut the crease, just so you don't need to see me struggle through that. And then we will come back for some shimmer fun. I just realized my lighting probably seemed different from the beginning of my video because I didn't turn my overhead light back on, so I just have like my vanity light, my little LED light, and my softbox. But I'm looking in the monitor and I'm kind of digging how the lighting's looking, so sorry if it throws you off, but we're just gonna rock this for the rest of the video, I think. So I guess, I don't know, let me know, because you saw it both ways in the comments, what your thoughts are on what one was better. Overhead light on, which, like, I don't mind having it on, I don't think it's too bad, but I think you can get like a little yellow. I probably have to like change what I have like over the light or whatever, like change the fixture, but anyways, going off on a ramble again. We've cut the crease, as you can see. So now we are going to play with some shimmers, which is just my favorite part of eyeshadow. I love the mattes. I love applying the mattes, just like these shades even together. Just looking at them, I'm so psyched about this. But I really love me some shimmers. So we're going to start off with our normal prep, which is applying some NYX glitter glue to the base. I love this stuff, and because they were, I think in Canada at least, like have discontinued it or something, and maybe they haven't, but the scare was there that they were, so I like stocked up on this and like bought like 4 of them. So I think I have like 3 more unopened ones. So I'm going to be using this for quite a while. But one day when I have to replace it, I think my next thing that I'm going to go to is doing the Unearthly Cosmetics, I think it's called Glimmer Grasp, their glitter glue, because I just think it would be lovely and I just want to try it. So taking that on one of my paintbrush, like flat rounded paintbrushes. Ooh, I'm trying to get that out of the tube and not cover my face. And we're just going to apply that directly to the eye, just making sure we bring it right up to where we cut the crease there. And I also like to stamp it like on the edge of the matte shadow, just to make sure we get impactful, or whatever, I don't know what I was going with there, but just make sure the shimmers go down nicely. And we're going to place it on the other eye right away too, just because I want to use this brush to then apply the shimmers. So I don't want to have product on it when I go to put stuff on the other eye. All right, so like I said, my plan is still I want to go with luminescence, and what do I? Hold on. Oh, that's really pretty too. Or ooh, jellyfish. Ooh, okay, let me do this beside it. All right, we're shifting a little bit. I originally was going to go in with luminescence and hydrospace, but I think I'm going to take jellyfish and hydrospace. So I'm going to take jellyfish first and pick that up on that same brush that we just laid down the glitter glue with. And we're going to put this on the outer, like more towards the outer corner and like middle of the eye. just like that. And then we're going to go in with Hydrospace. I feel like Amanda said that this was her favorite shade from the palette, but I could be remembering that wrong. But so did anybody grab like the Dreamer collection? I really wanted to and still want to. Like, I think the whole collection isn't available. Like, even the pre-order for the whole collection, I think, is sold out. I'd love to be able to get, like, at least the palette. Because, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, I want the whole collection because I just want everything from Unearthly Cosmetics. But I don't really, like, need, well, I don't need an eyeshadow powder either. But I don't really need lipsticks and a highlighter and that. So if I'm going to get anything, I'd rather get the palette, but I would really love if I was in a position to get all of it. Oh, something like that. I really hope the sparkle is coming across on camera of how beautiful it is. Like the Unearthly Cosmetics shimmers, they are just out of this world amazing. I just am blown away every single time that I use them. And I don't know what I'm expecting. Like, I know that they're amazing. They still just shock me when I use them because I'm just like, wow, that is phenomenal. Before going over to the other eye, I'm going to jump in with my brush that I used with Sea Urchin, the dark purple. And we're going to go and just make sure that this blends into like the edge here between the shimmer and the matte. Blend nicely. I might even take a little bit of that Sea Star shade, that brighter purple. And I think I'm going to put that like on top just to help the blend process a bit better. Yes. Yeah. I think that looks way better. All right, we're gonna go do this on the other eye. Okay, lids are all done. With Hydrospace, I decided to kind of just like go a little bit more like blended up with it than I have like the cut crease sort of. At first I thought maybe I'd go with a graphic liner, but I just don't feel like doing that with this look. So I decided that I wanted it brought up a little bit more so there wasn't as much space between the matte and the shimmer. So hopefully that makes sense and you can just tell by looking. So now we gotta do the lower lash line, and I think to start off with, I'm going to take, yes, I'm going to take this, it's a Real Techniques brush. It's just like a little, it doesn't have a number, but it actually just says like smudge brush on the back. And I'm not going to pull it up again because I've said the shades numerous times, so hopefully you know what I'm talking about. But I'm taking Sea Urchin, the deep purple, and we're going to go and start bringing that along my lower lash line. Just about that far in. While we're here, it's a quick little step. Let's just do it on this side too. All right. And then we're going to dip into, with this Morphe 5431, it's just a little pencil brush. We're going to dip into Lagoon, the blue. We're going to put that more inside. Probably should be tapping off with this because I'm going to end up with like blue flakes all over my face, but whoop, dipped into the wrong shade. It's just a risk we're going to take. All right, and then I think we're going to grab we'll use this brush. It's I think it came in the same set as that first little smudge brush. It's by Real Techniques as well. It's a precision smudge brush. It's just like super tiny. It's like a mini pencil brush. I'm going to take a little bit more of the NYX glitter glue. Really, it feels like there should be, oh gosh, a bunch explode out at me. Feels like there should be more in the tube than I think there is left in there. So I've been using this one for a while. And we're going to place that just along the lower bunch there. Whatever crusty that was out of the way. And then we're going to go into this gorgeous like minty shimmer brine with the same brush. And we're going to put that. And I'm kind of like using it like where we did the same shades, but I'm using this instead of the matte mint just to be able to draw another shimmer in and also like add some shimmer to the lower lash line. So we're still getting that mintiness, but it is more sparkly. Just kind of pulling that out over the blue. And then I think we're gonna take, I just need another little, what brush? Sure, this will work. It's a Morphe JH42. And we're going to go back in with Hydrospace. And we're going to plop that a little bit more down into the inner corner now that we have the lower lash line sorted out. But I'm really happy with how that's looking. And then while we're still here, we're going to take that brush that we used with that Sea Star purple shade, and then we're just going to dip back into Sea Star, and we're going to blend out this outer corner a little bit so it's more cohesive with the upper lid. Try not to go too crazy with it because we don't want to have to try to fix that, but it's coming together beautifully. It's not really like a comment at all in this video about like talking about the quality because I knew that the quality was going to be amazing. Like it's Unearthly Cosmetics. How could it be anything but amazing? I'm going to go back into that Lagoon shade with that pencil brush just because I feel like between brine and the sea urchin color and everything, I just feel like we've lost it a bit down there. I feel like I want to brighten it up a bit up here too, even. Yeah, something like that. Okay, makeup's a process. Sometimes as you're doing something, you're like, you know what, I could do that better, or I could change it this way and make it better. So you just gotta trust the process and go with it. So I'm really happy with this. I do realize that I did not do the outer corner blending on this eye, but I'll do that off camera. I'm gonna go and put some lashes on, probably a lip. And then I thought we could use, maybe we'll use Hydrospace because that's what we use on the eye, but I thought it would be really fun to use one of the shimmers as a highlight today, just because when you get such gorgeous iridescent shimmers to work with, why not use them as much as you can? So we'll be right back and we'll do that together. Okay, here it is, the almost finished look, because we're still going to put on some highlighter. But I finished off the eyes. The lashes are just like some Ione ones. I don't know the exact style. I went in with the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Alkaline for my eyeliner. Mostly, I think it goes great with this look, but I ended up using it because while I'm off camera, I was watching Amanda, the owner of Unearthly Cosmetics, her channel, Hayden Haunts, if you're not following it. And she's doing her 2024 makeup prediction, and this is the liner that she used in the look she's doing. And I was like, oh man, I love that liner. So I used it too. And then for the lips, I went in with a combo from Melt Cosmetics. So I used their Perfectionist lip liner in, I think this is Familia. Yeah, Familia. It's just like a deep purple. This is part of their Amore Mariposa collection, which is like being like discontinued because it was like a limited edition collection. But I do think they still have these lip liners available, and I think on like a pretty good discount on their site. And then I went in with one of their glosses from the Bad Zodiac. This is Attitude. It's like a super like sparkly, iridescent or whatever pink. I realized after I put it on that, hey, I'm using products like an eyeshadow palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. I should use the gloss I have from Unearthly Cosmetics. And I already put this on. So whatever, it's done. I think it looks beautiful. Really happy with it. It's nice and juicy and glossy, and I just think it complements the look nicely. So let's get some highlighter on. I'm taking this Morphe R36, and I think I am going to go in with Hydro Space, just because it'll kind of draw everything together. I also didn't mention, as you can see, I've used some gems. I just couldn't help myself, okay? I wanted to put some sparkles, some glittery, glue some glittery things to my face. So we're going to take this and we're going to go right into Hydro Space. I'm going to try to go in a bit lightly, but this is going to be probably intense. And we're going to put that on. Oh, that is beautiful. Just get like the most amazing sparkle, and I love doing that because I really think it just helps draw everything together, and it just makes the whole look just that much more special. So we're doing it on that side too, and then a little boop boop and boop 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 on the nose, on the chin. Try to put it above my lip without smearing gloss all over the brush. A little bit right there too, because why not? All right, I think now we are officially done. And blow off the sparkle I got all over. I had so much fun creating this look using this palette. I'm not surprised at all that I love it. Like I have said a million times, I think already in this video, I absolutely adore Unearthly Cosmetics, and so anything that Amanda creates for the brand, I already know I'm obsessed and I love it. It's just a matter of timing when it comes out to whether or not I'm able to pick it up. But yeah, absolutely love this first look I did, first look I created using this palette. I can't wait to play with this some more. I really think this is a fun color story that's going to just add to my collection, especially my collection from Unearthly Cosmetics. I don't feel like I have this over and over again. Not that I feel like, you know, that the brand like releases like palettes that are like super repetitive, but it's nice to know that you're just adding something that's really going to add to your collection, not just be like, oh yeah, like that's another whatever palette. Anyways, I had so much fun creating this. I hope you had fun coming along for this wild, in my opinion, somewhat chaotic ride, but who knows, maybe it was just a normal video to you, so whatever. I had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed this. If you loved it, I'd appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. I would love to hear your feedback on that question I had about lighting, whether or not like at the beginning where the lighting was and I would have had my overhead light on, what you thought of that versus the rest of the video, and I think the vast majority of the video where I forgot to turn my overhead light on, which like it's off right now, and it's just like my 3 lights on. I think they light up nicely without making it too intense, is my opinion on it, but you know, I'm just watching it in the monitor right now, so I can only tell so much. But yeah, and I would just, I don't know, talk to me about your favorite brands, your favorite palettes from Unearthly Cosmetics. Have you tried them? What do you love from them? What's your favorite palette? Did you pick up the Dreamer collection or at least the Dreamer palette? If you did, I'm super jealous of you. And yeah, just, I don't know, I love chit chatting down there. And also consider subscribing. I'd love to have you stick around for more, if just, you know, the madness of this didn't turn you off. A lot of my videos tend to be somewhat rambly and chaotic, so it's just what you get. And yeah, don't forget to follow me on my other socials. If you don't already, I'm Spooky Mama Glam on Instagram and TikTok. I probably post on Instagram more than anywhere. Some looks that, like, obviously I'm not doing every look on the YouTube videos, so I have looks that are just on there. I'm not as active on TikTok anymore, but I'm kind of like rediscovering what my space on there is. I'm just kind of like really over the whole, like, I don't have anything against like transition videos, like, but I'm just kind of like, I feel like once you've done a bunch of them, it's kind of like, okay, great, I did like a little transition video. But I like doing like short form eyeshadow tutorials on there when I can. I just don't always have time to do that. And then, I don't know, like little quick review things and whatever. So I'm trying to like discover different content that I'm going to put out on there more, to be more active on there. But like, I am active, just not as much as Instagram and even like nowadays here. So yeah, but hope you enjoyed this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!